Welcome to Manga Experts. We are back with another top 10 recommendation list. If you like our videos, please leave a like and a comment of your favorite suggestions below. Without any further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Dragon Prince Yuan. When the main character was born, he was cursed by a rival clan. He cannot open his 8th Merdrian due to this curse. In order to save his life, his mother sacrificed some of her life essence. Now, the main character gets enrolled in a cultivation academy in order to get powerful and get his revenge. The story of this manhwa starts off pretty good but becomes too much generic later on. The plot also feels dragged sometimes. Side characters are mostly courting death. The only best part about this manhwa is the art. This manhwa is only recommended for hardcore cultivation manhwa lovers. Number 9. Venom Doctor. With his powers, he cures people from the venom inside their bodies as well as the venom of society. A college student returned to his hometown to start a chicken farm, but it's not going well. He finds a jade figurine which bestows him martial abilities and lets him see inside people's bodies. This cultivation manhwa is one of the better ones which take place in modern society. There are a lot of generic courting death bad guys here, but the good guys are also well made. The personality of the main character is quite good. The art is a little bit on the average side. Number 8. I Return from the Heaven and Worlds. The main character has a dragon cultivation root and he's considered a prodigy in the whole city. But one day he was cheated by his girlfriend and she also stole his dragon cultivation roots, and because of that, main character became a potato. His father imprisoned him for 3 years. During these 3 years in prison, his soul got separated from his main body and a female master helped the main character cultivate. After 3 years, the soul of the main character returns to his body and now he has the knowledge of higher cultivation levels. The spirit of the main character is the strongest spirit, but they made him into a pig for some laughs. The art of this manhwa is marvelous. The story is a little bit generic, but it still provides entertainment to some extent. The most bad thing about this manhwa is the translation. It is very bad. Only read this if you have already read a ton of manhwas and have developed an autocorrect feature in your brain. Number 7. Becoming a God by Teaching 6 Sisters. Main character was a genius cultivator of his sect, but for some reasons his cultivation stopped increasing and he was reduced to a sweeper in this sect. But the truth is that the main character was increasing his cultivation and hiding it from everyone. One day he decides that he had enough and revealed his cultivation to everyone. Main character also comes to know that he has 6 sisters whose cultivation base is very high, and they try to help their brother in some ways. The art of this manhwa is quite good and a little bit over-sexualized as usual. The story is also a little bit better. Some characters are always courting death as usual. Translation has some minor pronunciation errors. Other than that, it is a good cultivation manhwa. And also, don't read the 0 chapter. It ruins some future events and gives a bad first impression of the whole story. Number 6. Xianxia. The era warring states are over. With the ascension of the one true emperor of China, peace has finally arrived. But as time passes, the emperor starts to realize his own mortality. In his act of desperation for immortality, the emperor invites the dark sects to his court. One main character sacrifices himself on the emperor's whims in order to save his family from a fate worse than death. This is a modern-day low-key cultivation manhwa. The art is decent and it gets a little bit more better later on. Some side characters are also vague. The pacing of the plot is quite good. If you want a manhwa set in modern times with minimalistic cultivation, then this one is for you. Number 5. Emperor Domination. The rise of revered cultivators has been witnessed for countless years. However, the eyes of the world fail to notice that. Behind every cultivator, there seems to be a mysterious Yin Crow. After the Yin Crow guided a legion of young cultivators to the peak of cultivation and established a sect, he chose to leave and abandon it. Thousands of years have passed since his departure, and circumstances have changed. The once brilliant sect was left in shambles and vulnerable to imminent danger. Aware of the impending downfall, the Yin Crow returned as a young boy in order to fulfill his agreement to guard and restore the sect to its former glory. This manhwa is quite good. The main character is overpowered from the start. Fight scenes are well portrayed. All characters have a little bit of personality. Plot moves at a decent pace so it never gets boring. The world building is also on point. If you are into overpowered main character stuff, then this manhwa is for you. It is adapted from the novel of the same name, but it still fails to even hold a candle against the novel. Only read it if you have not read the novel or you're gonna be disappointed. Number 4. Hiroshi Feels Lonely. The main character participates in a martial arts contest. He easily wins the competition but notices that the other participants are happy with their partners even though they have lost the competition. This feeling of being alone haunts him a lot. He returns to the sect, but now a feeling of loneliness haunts him. It is a comedic cultivation manhwa. The main character is overpowered from the start. This manhwa never takes itself serious. The interactions between the main character and side characters always leads up to some funny situations. This manhwa has no actual story for now. Only read it if you are looking for a good comedic manhwa. Number 3. A Legend of the Wind. The main character gets dumped by his girlfriend. He enters an inn to drink and eat to his fill to forget the pain of being dumped. Suddenly, shit hits the fan and some cultivators start fighting in the inn. The main character follows them out of curiosity and finds that all of those cultivators killed each other. There he finds some cultivation techniques, and an ordinary young man's bloody journey of ascension from ordinary to extraordinary starts. He discovered the correct method of practicing the family martial arts and changed his life. This manhwa is really good. The cultivation method in this manhwa is also unique from your regular everyday manhwa. The personality of the main character is the best. He is very good at grabbing opportunities. The art is somewhere between decent and good. Only read it if you can bear some bad translation. Still, the overall story is very good. Number 2. Eternal First God. Even in his dreams, Li Qianming can't stop himself from laughing because his family pets are all the primordial chaos beasts of myth. Followed by his menagerie of pets, Li Qianming begins his ascension to become the #1 Beastmaster of the ages. He journeys across the many worlds, only one thing remaining constant. No one is ever ready for the likes of his pets. After all, who's ever prepared to fight a phoenix and its fellows? Actually, this is a very good one. Main character is super overpowered in the start and is considered as a genius, but he is framed by his girlfriend and his cultivation has been crippled. Now, after 3 years, main character finds out that he has 10 super rare spirit beasts which he can hatch and they can boost his cultivation. It has some really good revenge thingy in the mix. The art of this manhwa is really good, so is the story. Number 1. I'm a hero in the cultivation realm. Hao is a courageous hero who has saved 100 different realms. Nevertheless, he has to cross dimensions once again to rescue one last realm that belongs to the cultivators. Exhausted, he decides to make his weak disciple, Chen Junan, the next hero. Junan is timid and extremely lazy. Will Hao succeed in training him? Meanwhile, the real reason why Hao was summoned to the cultivation realm was to compete for the role as the cultivator's leader. How will they overcome these strange adventures? For unknown reasons, there seems to be a bigger secret hidden beneath this realm. This manhwa is an absolute beast. It has done everything right. The story is marvelous. The plot also comes deep as the story goes on. Art is marvelous. It shines the most during fight scenes. This manhwa has one of the best comedic scenes. All characters have a certain amount of depth to them. The world building is also on point. This is an absolute gem for cultivation genre fans. I highly recommend giving this a try. Do you agree with our picks? Check out our other videos for more suggestions and don't forget to give us a like before going. Until then, take care and we will see you in our next video.